All over the country, there are war memorials listing the names of thousands of men who died in the Battle of the Somme, which took place 100 years ago this week. And from Friday, if you visit one, you might just be fortunate enough to find one of these, look, tiny but poignant pieces of art.
And Angelica has been to meet the artist who's put his own time and money into this unique commemoration.
These intricate figures are the work of Hampshire-based sculptor Nic Joly, famed for his pint-sized works of art. Recently, he's been turning his skills to a series of mini sculptures with a monumental purpose. Because all over the country, our First World War memorials are in danger of being forgotten as the names of many of the dead drift out of living memory.
Well, Nic has come up with an ingenious plan to change all that. With the centenary of the Battle of the Somme almost upon us, he is putting his all into getting us to seek out our local memorials and reflect on the sacrifices made by those who were injured or killed. Tell me about this latest figure that you created.
It's a First World War soldier standing at arms who is going to be holding a red poppy. Very simple, unknown soldier, and this is basically him.
How many of these figures are you creating?
The Battle of the Somme lasted 141 days, making 141 figures, standing on 141 war memorials all over the country and overseas.
The Somme was one of the worst battles of the First World War, with death on a scale never seen before. On the first day alone, over 19,000 British soldiers lost their lives. Yet it went on, with weeks turning into months.
We walk past, all of us, every single day, war memorials in our villages everywhere, and we never stop and look at them. Even if, for 1 minute, someone somewhere notices and takes note of what happened and looks at this memorial, then we've succeeded.
Nic has spent almost £4,000 and months of hard work on his passion project, and finally his army's nearing completion.
And on the bench here we've got the last sort of batch that are going out, so you and me are going to start finishing them up. So we get a little file, and we just have to file it round.
So if you're doing your nails.
Exactly.
The sculptures are cast in bronze, polished up and smuggled out to their secret locations for members of the public to claim they found one.
Then there are the poppies.
Look at this.
We get our centre, again, tiny. And bit by bit, you start to get your army.
Soon Nic's 141 golden soldiers will be ready to be secretly placed across the country by an army of volunteers on the 1st of July. Now, each memorial has been carefully chosen because they carry the names of many of those who lost their lives at the Somme.
Sean Stocker from Wrexham is one of the volunteers. In 2010, he was hit by a roadside bomb while serving in Afghanistan. Sean lost both his lower legs and was rendered partially sighted.
Nobody really remembers the individual lives that were given to certain battles, and I think what Nic's doing is showing appreciation for all them people that have given their lives for our country.
Now, the Battle of the Somme has a personal resonance with you, doesn't it?
Yes, well, my great-grandfather was a signaller in the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, and basically joined underage. He joined at 16. He was shelled, and he ended up with shrapnel on his legs for the rest of his life after that. That's the reason why I joined, was because of the family connection.
Tell us how you'll be taking part in the project.
I'm going to be placing one of Nic Joly's golden sculptures on a monument close by for people to come and pick it up on the 1st of July.
I mean, he's only making 141, so there's going to be a lot of luck involved if you find one, isn't there?
Even if you don't find one of these sculptures, it's just a perfect way to, you know, it's just a small way to remember all them people that have laid down their lives for us.
Now for this little soldier's big moment.
I want people to stop for a minute and just think and look, and they might find a little bit of treasure.
Well, you never know, because the sculptures will all be placed by 7 in the morning on Friday, which is when the whistle started to blow along the trenches to start the Somme offensive. And Nic is encouraging people to go and find them, photograph them, share them online, and then leave the sculptures, if you will, where they are, so that other people can come along and enjoy them too.
Quite beautiful, aren't they, Sam?
Yeah.
You were having
They're
a
amazing.
little
Yeah,
look there.
absolutely fantastic.
Really nice.
So wonderful. If you do get the chance for that encounter,